Hey, what's up, everybody? Got a great show for you today. Today, we're going to talk some NBA playoff talk, some finals talk, some NFL news. Deshaun Watson, yet again, another allegation. What's the Browns should do with Baker Mayfield, and some disgruntled stars in the NFL are showing up to a mandatory minicamp. But we got a special guest today, Mr. Ryan Wynn, former college basketball player, now working in tech and coaching, doing his thing.
Okay.
Working at the same company as Jaden, but we're excited to have you on. So how y'all feeling today?
Man, thanks for having me, man. I'm feeling excited, ready to go. You know, I love talking my hoops, man. Especially, LeBron. If that ever comes up, I'm excited to talk about.
Oh, it's gonna come up. But let's talk some NBA finals. Game 3. The series is tied up 1-1. So who's gonna steal game 3?
Man, stealing game 3. That's a tough. It's tough. I'm gonna say the Celtics, man. The Celtics, they're gonna bring it home. They have to.
Your boy Broderick.
Yeah, BT gonna do it for them.
Okay, shout out Broderick. How they gonna do that?
Man, they got Jason Tatum. He's always gonna come to play, especially after that terrible game 1 performance where they, snuck the road win away. They got Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown.
You too worried about looking like Kobe and shit.
Man,
on Instagram. It's gotten a little too far.
Scratching. But the others though, I feel like they're at home, and the others they're gonna come. They're gonna the Al Horfords, the Marcus Smart, Derek White off the bench has been playing crazy, shooting out his mind. So
yes,
I think the Celtics gonna pull it off, man. Honestly, I don't think the Warriors outside of Steph, I don't think they have that consistent second or third guy right now.
Yeah,
they just,
they might have woke him up though.
Who?
Jordan Poole.
Oh, he was saying he saw all the guys he's playing, and he just started shooting threes. You saw that face he was making?
Pulling that bitch. He got a bag on him. So
yeah, he just needed to be more consistent, like you said. But that's what I wanted to get to. Who's gonna step up in this game 3? Bet you. Give us some predictions for somebody that's gonna come out. Is it Al Horford? Is it a Klay Thompson possibly? Who are some predictions for you guys?
Definitely 100%. I know this is going to sound crazy, but I think Rod Williams has a really good game tomorrow. Really good game.
Really?
And
he's been hurt.
Yeah, he has. What I mean by really good game, Rod Williams, 12 points, 8 to 10 rebounds, 3 to 4 block shots, just impacting the game on both ends, being that lob threat, and then on the defensive end, contesting shots at the rim. I think he's going to be huge tomorrow. And I think I'm going to say Grant Williams is going to come up huge tomorrow as well off the bench. He hasn't been playing that well. They've been getting in his head a lot. Draymond, Wiggins, they've been in his head a lot. I think he knocks down 3 to 5 threes tomorrow for sure.
Shit, we saw him have like these big performances against the Heat and the Bucks. Be that
3 to 5 threes.
That last game, he came in really clutch. That's the guy that has been really quiet recently. What you got for us?
Maybe you want to invest in the game.
Okay. Bet the over on Grant Williams, man. Bet the over.
On who?
On Grant Williams. Bet the over tomorrow. Hey, the others, the guys coming off the bench, the role players, they always play good at home. Always play good at home at the crib. They're gonna always show out. So I think going to Golden State now, looking at the Warriors, guys that are gonna come to play, I think Klay Thompson has a really good game tomorrow. I think Steph, I think he's gonna do his thing.
Right.
I think A. Wiggins should do his thing, but they don't really get him acclimated that much. It's almost like he's just out there and he just gets his buckets when he can.
He got to get his buckets on the glass.
Right, exactly.
We be getting it out the mud.
Right. You got to get it out the mud. It's the only way he going to get buckets. They don't run plays for him. They don't do isolation.
He be pulling that bitch, though. He'll pull that bitch from 3, contested, too.
Hey, he's had a really good year. He's had a really good year.
Hell yeah.
I say tomorrow. I think they pull it out by about 5 points tomorrow.
Okay, keeping it close. Don't blow up.
Okay. Well, I got the Warriors. The reason being, the first 2 games, the Warriors going into the 4th have been the best team by far, and I think the first game, it was just, Al Horford caught fire. I mean, good God. How many threes did he make in the 4th? He went absolutely nuts. What happened the next game? Draymond we sitting down on everything then since you want to shoot so well. He ain't scored since. So I don't think he'll be a factor next game. Marcus Smart is going to be the one. If the Celtics pull it through, it's going to be because he's shooting well from the field and the three. He's defending well, and he's shooting a high percentage from the field. So
let me ask you this. From watching the games, man, they put Steph Curry in this screen action just like every team.
Mm-hmm. He be sitting down lately, though.
Yeah, he has been sitting down, but I think I'm going to give you a prediction. With the Celtics being at home, I'm thinking Steph Curry is going to be in foul trouble tomorrow, and it's going to hurt the Warriors.
They can get him to have to defend. That would change some things.
First game, he was in foul trouble. They're going to make him guard every single possession. That's what they're going to do. That's what the Warriors did on the opposite end. They just ran that double pick, and Steph just wide the fuck up.
Hey, I'll tell you this. If the Celtics come out in that drop coverage like they was in the first half of game one, the Warriors going to blow them out the water. They cannot come out in that drop coverage where Steph.
It's hard, though. Don't you think it's hard when they set, like, the first screen, okay, it is what it is, but they set another screen after that. So the third guy in the rotation has to do something.
You have to be up. You have to know who's coming off that screen.
That's a great play call offensively, though.
Yeah,
it's hard too because Draymond Green is in a 3-point stance getting on some of these screens.
Hey, shit. And he trying to pull your shorts down on the way up.
Yeah. They just letting it ride. Refs ain't saying nothing.
Hey, Draymond a demon. He knows they can't kick him out, bro. And then he's got, like, now he's at a point in his career where he's viewed as, like, kind of like that media darling almost. Mm. Like, just with his performance on TNT and getting that job full time. He's really been able to, like, hone in on his perception in the media, and he's been able to leverage that as, like, okay, he's such a star now, we can't boot his ass out like we did in the finals against Bron.
The way that he's setting screens, and you can't.
Oh yeah, he deserves it. There's no question about it. He should have got that second tag. But you can't give it to him. Come on now.
It's a playoff basketball. You gotta let shit ride sometimes. But Ryan mentioned talking about the Lakers. He's the biggest Lakers fan I know, biggest LeBron fan I know. So let's talk some Lakers. Got a new head coach. What do you think about the hire?
I think it was a really good hire for the Lakers. Now, I'll say that again. I
agree.
I'll say that again. I think it was a really good hire for the Lakers. Now, when we're talking about LeBron James, that's a little bit different. Now, if you're talking about a player's coach, hey, I'm all day. But when I sit back and think about LeBron's rookie year and he played against this guy, is LeBron really going to respect the guy he played against? And not only did he play against him, he was killing him. I don't know. But in the same sense, he did have Ty Lue. Ty Lue did a phenomenal job. And, they won a championship. And it seems like LeBron not only respects him, but thinks he is a top coach in the league. So I think it'll work out. Darvin Ham, just watching the press conference, it sounds like he's bought in. He loves the team.
He's been shot before.
Right, exactly. He's been a part of the culture. He's been a part of the culture. So I think it was a really good hire for the Lakers. We'll see how him and LeBron get along. We all know who the GM, who the coach, who the GM. It's only LeBron. So we'll see when the season starts how it looks. I'm excited.
Yeah, I don't think LeBron is the issue, honestly. I think because whenever you coach LeBron, you and y'all are married. And you probably the lesser of the two, if you think about it. He probably wearing the pants in that relationship. So
it's gotta be.
He as long as he's saying all the right things, he cool. It's just like how we get these other guys involved because we can't trade them because the money is all fucked up.
No assets at all.
So how is he gonna mold this? What he has, turn shit into Shinola and do that?
Shinola,
because LeBron gonna ball as long as he healthy. But what can he get the most out of AD, and can he get Russ involved in a way that benefits everybody?
Right.
That's gonna be the key.
The thing that scares me is it sounds like the Lakers are gonna hold on to Westbrook at least until they trade.
They got no choice.
He was at the press conference.
Right. And at the end of the day, are we going to sit and blame Frank Vogel at 100% for the lack of success of the Lakers? You can't, right?
Hell no.
So what makes us think that, okay, we got a new voice in the locker room, this trio is going to work out? And we could easily sit back and say, okay, they didn't have all three healthy for the season, but hey, when they did have all three healthy, it still didn't look that good to me. Yeah. And that's right. It didn't look that good. LeBron looked good all year. AD had a pretty mediocre year. Like if he was an average role player, you would have been like, man, he played good. But at one point, we were saying he's better than Giannis, or we were comparing him to
top five, probably best in the league in the bubble.
Top five, exactly. At this point, AD. Right. At this point, we thought that AD was going to be the number one option. LeBron taking the back seat to him, but it was the opposite. It was almost like AD was just out there, and it's like he's not being aggressive. He ain't getting no old boards. He's getting up 8 to 10 shots. It's like, we'll see.
Not taking it to the cup. He don't want to play the 5. He can't stay healthy.
It's going to come down to health for this Lakers team. But what are some other moves you think they need to make in the offseason? Definitely need some shooting. Like, what are some guys you want to see them get?
3-and-D. I would love to see them go get, like, they said, like, Buddy Hield. I would like to see Buddy Hield. Another guy I wouldn't mind them going to try and pursue is like a Duncan Robinson. We'll see how the money works out there, but it looks like Max Strus, shout out to Max Strus, played against him a lot in high school. Looks like he is the starting 2 guard with Miami now.
Yeah, that motherfucker got a green light too.
Yeah, go get Duncan Robinson. Let's see what that looks like. Go get Buddy Hield. I love to see some 3-and-D though, because the Lakers did not have 3 or D last year. I love to see them keep Malik Monk. He has a very high upside, and it looks like the cost won't be that much. But they got a lot of moves they got to make this offseason. But those two, Buddy Hield and Duncan, I would like to see them potentially go get those guys, and maybe like a nice backup center or even a starting center if AD doesn't want to play the 5.
Definitely. Like that, you look at some of the moves they made this year. You replace Alex Caruso, a lot of your defenders with Melo, Malik Monk, all these guys that can't defend.
We'll take them. I think if they get Zach LaVine, and honestly, the concept on how they pitched it when they first got Russ was, okay, he's going to be the primary ball handler when LeBron is off the court, and that's going to help him keep him fresh and all of that. I'm like, okay, that makes perfect sense. If they can at least execute on that strategy and have a guy like Zach LaVine start with AD and LeBron, I think, he a shooter too. He can shoot the shit out the ball. And he can get his own shot. So
less pressure on him too.
Very valid point, Jaden. But at the end of the day, LeBron don't come off the court. LeBron be on the court the whole game.
He's third in the
league. It's like he's not. And then when Russ is out there running the show, when Russ is out there running the show, he still wasn't Russ. I don't know what it was about him, but he still was not Russ. Maybe it was the confidence. Maybe it was he just didn't want to play for Vogel. But the games where AD was out and LeBron was out, he had like one good game versus Charlotte. Other than that, he never really stepped up and showed us that he was MVP level Russell Westbrook.
Yeah, because he could have went on a run with someone getting the more minutes and all that. But let's head on to another team that needs to make more moves. Quinn Snyder stepped down for the Utah Jazz. Now, should they just blow it up like the Blazers did, or what should they do this offseason?
You got to blow it up, man. You got to do something. They're talking about getting rid of Gobert, trading him, but really,
Chicago?
but trading to Chicago.
We'll take him.
What can you get for Gobert that's going to help your team and Gobert help the Bulls? I don't think Gobert helps the Bulls, honestly. That's me being honest, but they're gonna have to blow it up. Whether they go like the rebuild route or they trade a couple pieces and try to stay relevant, Utah Jazz is on the down. They don't look like they're gonna be a competitive team moving forward. So I definitely blow it all up. Mike Conley gone, Mitchell gone, restart everything. Try to do like what the New Orleans Pelicans did, even Chicago did,
It's tough because the West is only getting better too. They're only getting better.
They're not in a major market.
No,
you ain't getting free agents. Ain't no free agents
going to Salt Lake City.
So it's hard to do that, especially when you got a guy like Donovan Mitchell. He not gonna be top 5 ever, but he's going to get asses in seats for sure, and he's going to get you in the playoffs.
He's going to produce,
and it's going to be entertaining. So, what's the ceiling for a team like Utah to get a Giannis in the draft like Milwaukee did, or a Jokic like Denver did? You know, that's really what you were hoping for.
The only hope Utah ever had was when they was in that bubble. That's it,
man.
When
Donovan Mitchell came alive too.
Both dropping.
I got the Spider-Man deal. They start calling him Spider-Man.
That was their signal.
The bubble. Motherfuckers was hooping in the bubble.
TJ series was a good series.
That's when the Suns.
Jamal Murray was dropping like 50. Him and Donovan. You would have thought we was watching like Bird and Magic. Like
we're saying it was real.
Have you ever seen players that level, like all-star, but that's really it? Ball out like that consecutively in a competitive playoff series like that? Shit.
And you never have, and you probably never will. Something about that.
Right, that bubble does switch. It done exposed a few people.
Blow it up. Blow the Utah Jazz. You got to blow off. Get rid of Clarkson. You get a couple draft pick for him. Donovan Mitchell, get a young star, young player, some picks.
Assets like
Donovan Mitchell's not going to re-sign anyway. No one wants to play. No free agent wants to play for Utah. You might as well get some for him while he's still good. The last thing you want is to try to make this work, and he gets hurt like everybody else.
Gets hurt. Right.
Value goes down. You don't want that.
Yeah, he is one of those guys that is got some injuries.
But now, so what are some perfect landing spots for Donovan Mitchell now? Where would you want to see him play? I'm thinking Miami. I think him with Jimmy Butler. You get rid of one of the guys, Duncan and Tyler Hero for Donovan. I take that deal.
What about Kyle Lowry, thick ass?
Oh no, he gotta go. He gotta go. You put him in a trade too.
You trade him. You trade him for Donovan.
They probably say no for him, but just add him in there. Give him away for some peanuts.
Oh God.
Donovan Mitchell in Miami.
I don't dislike that.
Would be crazy. Oh my God.
Yeah, it would.
Him and Jimmy together. That's what Jimmy needs.
He gonna be that guy having to drop like 40. You know what I'm saying? Jimmy don't have to do that, which he really don't want to.
Can you imagine Jimmy Butler as the number 2 option? We haven't seen that in a long time. We haven't seen it. Even when he was with Philly, it was almost like he was still a number 1 guy.
Oh, yeah.
We haven't seen Jimmy as the number 2 option since the D Rose days. So I love, and he's always brought his team to play some really good basketball. So I'd love to see Jimmy shift to where he belongs, number 2, number 3 option. That would be awesome.
Hell yeah. I like that. I like him in New York too.
I love him in New York.
Just because, he gonna put some ass, he gonna make it hot to come to.
Hey, New York fans will go nuts over that.
For real. Man, he is gonna make it. It's gonna be lit. So, shoot. But from a basketball perspective,
you know what he will be crazy at, and they could actually happen. Memphis.
Oof. That would be
How they make that happen?
They got so many young players that they could make it happen. You could get rid of Desmond Bain and some picks or something like that, and you could.
I like them big, swole ass wings they got though. The wings, they strong as hell. Them wings, light skin, and will whoop your ass. They might as well bounce on the side, bro. They so swole, and they'll shoot though. They'll
clip too.
That'd be nice for Memphis, because honestly, I don't see them having a year like they just had this year. I think they'll be good. I think they'll always be good, but I don't think they'll that.
Especially with the Clippers healthy too.
Yeah, with the Clippers healthy. Can't forget about the Clippers. But the Mavericks.
Him and Luka.
That boy.
I don't like having 2 guards that's like just heavily on offense and not defense. You know what I'm saying?
Don't play defense that well.
Luka needs a really good 5-man by his side, like that he could do.
Oh yeah, 100%. A 5 that can do everything.
Porzingis wasn't that. He just want to sit.
If you get him Ayton though, if you get him Ayton,
if you could swing that, because they say he might not resign. If you could swing Ayton to Dallas,
he don't want to, and they don't believe that he can do that. But shit,
that would be a nice pickup for him. But now, let's move on. I mean, let's stay in this, but with the Bulls, add that to the conversation. Rudy Gobert to Chicago, we hinted at it a little. Would you give Pat Williams and Booch for Rudy Gobert? Is that a move you'll make?
I can't give him Pat. Come on.
Kobe White.
Pat. Oh, yeah, go ahead, take Kobe.
Kobe White,
take Kobe.
Good.
Hell
but
yeah.
are you
losing?
Are you losing LaVine though? Because if are you losing LaVine?
I think he's out the door regardless.
That's a good.
You have
to consider that. If LaVine stays, then yes, I'll bring in Gobert. But if you're losing LaVine, does it really make sense to bring in Gobert? Is he going to help your team win? I don't know. Not when you're losing LaVine. But at the same time, I really like Vooch. I don't think he was the problem.
No, I don't think so either.
He played well defensively.
The Bulls lost Lonzo. That was huge. Like, they didn't have Lonzo. Like, he's arguably their best perimeter defender. Arguably, you know, we could say Caruso, Pat Will, whatever, but arguably Lonzo's the best perimeter defender. His 3-point shot is one of the best in the league now at this point. Shooting 40+% from three, and he fixed the form and everything. It's pretty good. Goes in, and he facilitates the offense really well. I think that if LaVine does leave, that makes Lonzo's value a lot more, and he probably have his best season yet if LaVine does.
Definitely. The opportunity.
Lonzo is trending in the right direction.
Who knows?
I mean, because we honestly don't have an answer for Giannis and Embiid.
But nobody does, though. Nobody does.
Gobert, at least. Come on now. There's a way better chance defensively if Gobert is on the court as opposed to Vooch.
Embiid, I don't care who behind Embiid. Gobert.
Oh, I agree, but damn.
Why it don't matter. Embiid is barbecue chicken. Whoever guard him is barbecue. And Giannis, honestly, the Celtics was the perfect matchup for the Bucks. Like in terms of the size that they have, like Al Horford, Jason Tatum, like they're big. Those guys,
Robert Williams,
all of them are athletic too. All of them can move.
All of them are big and can move. Like the Bulls need something like that because at the end of the day, you got Gobert, but in basketball today, guys just coming off a screen, and when they come off the screen, it's a mismatch. You know what I'm saying? Right. When you get the Celtics and you come off a screen, you
ain't no mismatch. Everybody on their team can lie.
Ain't no mismatch. The smallest player on their team in Marcus Smart is like
defensive player of the year.
Like, you
ain't set the screen to get him. He was guarding Giannis. He was catching Giannis. Giannis bringing the ball up court, head full of steam. He's right there, ready to fly.
Sitting down. So I think maybe Gobert helps the Bulls defensively, of course, but at the end of the day.
I agree. You're right.
When you're playing against a Giannis or an Embiid, you need a little bit more help than just a Gobert.
You need a couple of defenders.
Offensively. Because everything he is good at defensively, he lacks offensively. Right. So it ain't nothing to put a bunch of shooters around, and he just out there. That's some damage that this right around.
But now, to stay on that LaVine topic, the Blazers, there's news coming out that they're trying to pair Lillard with Beal and LaVine. This doesn't sound possible, but if
who's gonna play defense?
Nobody's gonna play defense on that team. But if this was possible, what would this Blazers team be able to do with those three?
With those three
shootouts.
Dame Lil, Zach LaVine, Bradley Beal. It's not enough basketball for all three of them. Like, all of them need the ball to be great. Ain't none of them sitting in the corner catching and shooting the ball. All of them want to create their own offense. So I don't know how good they will be. I still don't think they're better than Golden State with that lineup. I still think don't strike me down for saying this. Optimistic. I still don't think they're better than the Lakers.
What?
I still
Lakers.
I don't care what you say. We still got LeBron. We still got AD.
Okay.
Who are healthy? I'm taking them against anybody in the league. I think
they might not make it the whole season though.
Those three are so gifted offensively, but defensively, they're gonna take a big knock because they got Big Nurk too, Big Nurkic. He's not a defensive guy either. He's a really good.
No, he's not. He's a fouler too.
But he's not a defensive guy. You're gonna have four guys on the court at one time that sticks no defense. So I'm going to assume that they would play a 4-man that's just a defensive guy who can't shoot. Liability.
Like Oh, yeah, like a PJ Tucker would be perfect in that lineup.
PJ, hell
that
yeah.
would be perfect.
PJ
He can
Tucker.
shoot though, but
he's too old to be going to a project though. He trying to go somewhere and get a chip. He played too hard to be going to a project.
Heard. He be going hard.
He worked every penny of that league minimum.
Man, every penny.
Every penny. Hell yeah. Any team, you put him on that team, they're going to get better. Same thing with Patrick Beverly, that ass. Any team you insert them into.
Now, let's switch over to some NFL talk. Now, Browns, Baker Mayfield. What should they do with Baker Mayfield? They probably shouldn't trade him away because Deshaun Watson each day.
Why do you think they have it?
Because, I mean, not a lot of people are asking for him either. A lot of teams are.
Well, they would have traded his ass for the copier me and Ryan sold him back in the day. they don't give a shit about him. They just gave Deshaun Watson half a beat, 100% guaranteed, bro. They're only keeping him because Deshaun Watson might not play next year.
There's a great chance he's not going to play next year. Looking at the allegations keep going up.
Oh, it's not looking good at all.
It's not looking good. I mean, it was looking promising at first, but now it's
a roller coaster.
Can't support him.
I just hope the truth comes out. Honestly.
At this point, hopefully
it does.
Yeah, hopefully it's not no longer he said, she said, because either you're gonna have to choose one side on this. You're gonna have to have, hopefully Deshaun Watson's innocent or these women get the justice they deserve because it's 24. That's a lot.
Look, when it's
66 now.
Yeah, when it's 66 women out there saying the same thing,
damn.
I promise you that all 66 of them ain't lying. It might be one or two, maybe 10, but it's 50 out there telling the truth. I guarantee you that.
You sliding in random girls' DMs like
ain't a good look.
Trying to give me a massage. She ain't even a massage therapist. I support Black businesses.
Yeah, it ain't Sean Watson right now, man. What he's done and been caught doing, it ain't looking too good for him, man.
But now let's go to a better guy to look up to. Russell Wilson. He wants a 5-year, $250 million contract. Now, if the Broncos struggle this year, do you still give him that kind of deal in the next season?
Gotta pay him.
Do the Broncos struggle or does Russ struggle?
As a team, as a whole, I think he's going to ball out with this offense they got. But looking at the new head coach this year,
a
lot of question marks. Yeah. So
he got
still give that contract to him?
If he doesn't perform, you might not give him 250. You might give him 200.
Hey,
what does that look like?
It's Russell Wilson.
But Russ last year wasn't performing, and he was only had a down year because of the injuries.
Yeah. So he still came back pretty fast in that injury too. But it's like
I think Sky's the limit team. He's gonna take it to a whole nother notch.
That's Russell Wilson. You got to pay him. You ain't gonna get nobody better. You got to pay him.
And they've never had a quarterback like this since.
They suck at drafting quarterbacks, and their best bet is to get free agents like Peyton Manning, like Russell, and running back. Because they got the infrastructure. They just cannot grade quarterbacks well in the draft for some reason.
Pay that man. Pay whatever he asks for.
Got to.
Whatever he asks for, you give it to him. That's Russell Wilson. That's the
and it's the Walmart owner. He just bought it. So, he got a bag. He ain't even worried about that. You should see these billionaires, they don't give a shit about. They just care about winning. It's the competition for them, at this point in their life. You know what I'm saying?
So yeah, you got to pay him. Whatever he asks for, you give it to him.
Now let's go to another quarterback. First year going to be starting this year. 49ers, you got Deebo Samuel finally coming to mandatory minicamp. He showed up the deals. Hopefully they work that out. But what's the ceiling for this 49ers team? Can they make it up the hump past the Rams and the other NFC contenders?
Absolutely. You look at what they've been able to do in spite of Jimmy G. It's been remarkable. They went to the Super Bowl, and the conference championship with Jimmy Garoppolo as their quarterback.
Now, it's Trey Lance, though.
If Trey Lance can
get him to that next hump.
I disagree, man.
That's the question. Can he do it next year? I don't know. Can he do it in his career? I think so.
Look, you got Tampa Bay, right? We got the Rams, and then I'm optimistic, and then we got them Bears. We got them.
He watched the Bears video.
Don't be optimistic.
Justin Fields. Don't mess.
What about him? We don't have the pieces around him
to
even have an opportunity to win.
The piece is minus Matt Nagy. That's the piece that we got. Subtract Matt Nagy. Now we good.
We still need talent. We got a bunch of randoms. We ain't get no first round draft picks.
We got.
I think we got good value for the picks we have, but we didn't get that one of them guys. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. No Chris Olave or nothing.
Hey, all we gotta do is beat the Packers.
Bayless Jones.
Take out Aaron Rodgers. Take out Aaron Rodgers 2 times, and we good. We there. That's it. I know it sounds like a lot, but
if Aaron Rodgers is playing quarterback for the Green Bay Packers, we will never beat them. It's impossible. You know how much money I've lost hoping, praying. Shit. That last game last season, we scored a touchdown on every special teams you could think of. Shit. And we might have blocked a kick. Shit, who knows? We still got blown out by 19 or something like that.
Oh, there's man. It's heartache. But
yeah, we got years to build.
And I think we got the right people to build. But Ryan, you said something very bold, hot take. So give me a hot take of the week for our new special hot take of the week. Something you're thinking strongly about. An example for one of mine last week was Bears going 10-7. He said Chiefs won't make the playoffs. So let's hear something that you got for us.
Football related.
It's football, basketball related, even baseball, hockey maybe.
I give you 2.
Nothing LeBron related though.
That's gonna be tough. Football related. I'm going to say that the Broncos are going to win it all next year.
Ooh.
Damn.
I'm going all in. I'm all in on Russell Wilson. He gonna get paid. I'm all in on Russell Wilson.
I don't dislike that.
I'm all in on Russell Wilson. The defense is really good. You added Russell Wilson to it, and he got some hitters on the outside. Running back really good. I think the Broncos are going to win the Super Bowl next year.
That's a hell of a take. And I want to see them odds in Vegas, and we'll talk offline. But it's a different story. But and you've seen, I like that take because you've seen the last couple of years, you can pay for a championship. Look at what Tampa Bay did with Tom Brady. Look at what the Rams did with their team. They literally financed the future. All right, we getting all the chips. We not just getting Matthew Stafford. We gonna go get Odell. We gonna go get Von Miller. Like, what the hell? So why that model for success is something that every team can do. And it's not who cares about, all this culture building and all this
draft picks,
great value draft picks. And don't get me wrong, the Rams did that early on, but shit, now they're at a spot where when it's time to win now, it's time to put all your chips in. And the Broncos are in that same position, and it's the sole reason why they got Russell Wilson. So we'll see.
I like that take.
Lamar Jackson MVP.
I do too.
You got another one?
Lamar Jackson.
If he get MVP and he play off, he don't get a deal done.
Lamar Jackson MVP. You heard it here first.
I like that.
Both of them happening.
And even getting rid of Hollywood Brown off this Ravens team. J.K. Dobbins coming back. That's gonna have a huge.
Ain't nobody losing no sleep over no Hollywood Brown.
Hey, the Ravens.
And don't get me wrong, he made a huge step last year. He caught the ball very consistently, which he struggled to in the past. But he's not number one.
Rashad Bateman going to take a huge jump.
I think so. I think he's
healthy too.
He's got nice stretch. He checks every box. He's big too. He's a big target. He's got a wide catch radius, and that's perfect for Lamar. And he can go win on one-on-one. So
I like those takes.
What he could do healthy.
That's some great takes you have for us, but that's all we got for the show today. Thank you for watching and listening. If you haven't, check out the Instagram and the Twitter, 6Man Blitz, and keep subscribing. Apple Podcasts, give us 5 stars on Apple Podcasts. But thanks, Ryan, for coming on, and J-Ho, my co-host as always. But that's all I got for you. As always, peace.
All right, fellas.